A woman standing in the middle of a bank lobby, literally screaming at a manager that she deserves to skip the line because she's more important than these people. And when he calmly asks her to wait her turn, she threatens to get him fired using her HOA connections. Yeah, that actually happened. And I was there to witness the most satisfying takedown I've ever seen in my entire life. Let me paint you the full picture. My name's Marcus Johnson. I'm the branch manager at First National Bank in an upscale suburban area, and I've been doing this job for 15 years. So, trust me when I say I've dealt with every type of difficult customer imaginable. But nothing, and I mean nothing, prepared me for Karen Whitmore on a Wednesday afternoon in October. It was about 2:15, pretty busy day. We had maybe 8 customers in the lobby waiting for teller services. Everyone being patient and polite like normal human beings. When the front door swings open and in walks Karen like she's arriving at a movie premiere. Burgundy-wrapped blouse cut so low you could see her entire necklace sitting on her chest. Black pencil skirt that was fighting for its life. Burgundy stiletto heels clicking on our marble floor like a countdown to chaos. Designer knockoff sunglasses perched on her teased copper-red hair like a crown. And enough gold jewelry to stock a pawn shop. She doesn't even pause at the door, just breezes past the rope queue where everyone's waiting, walks straight up to Jessica, one of our tellers who's actively helping another customer, and taps on the glass partition with her long burgundy nails, making this annoying clicking sound. Jessica looks up, surprised, and politely says, "Ma'am, I'll be with you in just a moment. Please wait in the queue line," and points to where everyone else is standing. Karen's face immediately transforms from fake sweet to ice cold, and she says, "I kid you not, I don't wait in lines. I'm Karen Whitmore, Vice President of Riverside Oaks HOA, and I need immediate service." The entire lobby goes quiet. Drop a comment telling me where you're watching from. And don't forget to subscribe to HOA Karen Tales for more wild Karen stories. Jessica, bless her heart, maintains her professional composure and says, "Ma'am, we serve all customers in the order they arrive. Please take a number and have a seat in our waiting area now." Most reasonable people would be embarrassed and just get in line, right? Not Karen. She plants her hands on her hips, which makes all her bangles jingle, and she raises her voice so everyone in the bank can hear. "Do you know how much money I have in this bank? Do you know who I am? I could have you fired with one phone call. That's my cue to step in." I walk out of my office, and I can already see the other customers exchanging uncomfortable glances. This older gentleman named David looks absolutely appalled, and I approach Karen with my most professional smile and say, "Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Marcus Johnson, the branch manager. How can I help you today?" She whips around to face me, looks me up and down like she's evaluating livestock, and her whole demeanor changes to this syrupy, sweet manipulation voice. "Oh, thank goodness. Someone with authority. Your teller here is being extremely rude and unprofessional. I have urgent banking business, and I should not be forced to wait," with she gestures dismissively at the other customers. "With everyone else, I'm a VIP client." Now, here's where it gets interesting, because I recognize her name, Karen Whitmore. I've seen her account come across my desk multiple times, and not for good reasons. But I don't let that show on my face. I say very calmly, "Ma'am, We treat all our customers equally and with respect. Everyone here has been waiting patiently, some for 15 or 20 minutes. If you'd like to wait your turn, we'll be happy to help you. If your business is truly urgent, I can schedule you an appointment in my office for later this afternoon. Her face starts turning red, matching her blouse and shoes, and she snaps. Later, later. I'm here now. I don't make appointments. Do you know what I could do to this branch? I have connections with the mayor, the city council, and I run the most exclusive HOA in this county. One bad review from me and your precious bank will lose dozens of high value clients. David, the older gentleman waiting in line, actually speaks up at this point. Ma'am, some of us have been waiting for 20 minutes. You're not special. And Karen absolutely loses it. She spins on her heel toward David and yells, "Stay out of this, old man. This doesn't concern you." I immediately step between them and say firmly, "Ma'am, you need to lower your voice. This is a professional environment, and you're disturbing other customers. I'm going to ask you one more time to either wait your turn or leave and schedule an appointment." That's when she pulls out her phone with those burgundy claws, holds it up like a weapon, and says, "Fine, fine. I'm calling your corporate office right now. I'm calling my lawyer. I'm calling the HOA attorney. You'll be unemployed by Friday. I guarantee it. Do you know how many important people live in Riverside Oaks? Do you know how much collective wealth we represent? And here's where everything changes, because I've been patient. I've been professional. But this woman just threatened my job, insulted my customers, and is now implying that her HOA status makes her above basic human decency. So, I make a decision. I look her dead in the eye and say, "M. Whitmore, before you make those calls, would you like to step into my office so we can discuss your account privately?" She looks suspicious for a second, but then that entitled smirk comes back. "Oh, now you want to help me. Now that I've threatened to call corporate. Typical." She follows me into my glass-walled office, and I can see all the other customers watching through the windows, probably expecting me to grovel and apologize. I gesture to the chair across from my desk. "Please, have a seat." She sits down, crosses her legs, and that condescending smile is plastered on her face, like she's already won. I sit behind my desk, wake up my computer, and pull up her account history. The screen loads, and oh man, it's even better than I remembered. I turn the monitor slightly so she can see it, and I start reading. "Miss Whitmore, I see here that you've been a customer with us for 4 years. In that time, you've filed 17 formal complaints against our staff, most of them dismissed as unfounded. You've demanded fee reversals on legitimate charges 12 times. You've requested to speak to a manager on 23 separate occasions. You've had 4 checks returned for insufficient funds, despite claiming to have substantial wealth. Your average account balance is $2,300, which is actually below our minimum for VIP services. And just last month, you were declined for a credit line increase due to your debt-to-income ratio." The smirk starts fading. I continue. "You mentioned your HOA connections. I pulled some records, and it appears that 8 different members of Riverside Oaks HOA have filed complaints about excessive fines and harassment from the board, specifically from you as vice president. 3 of those members have moved their accounts to other banks, specifically citing your behavior as the reason they no longer want to bank where you bank." Her face is going from red to pale. You claimed you could cost us dozens of high-value clients from your HOA, Miss Whitmore. We have 147 clients from Riverside Oaks Estates. Based on internal surveys and complaint records, your presence here is actually a liability, not an asset. In fact, several clients have specifically requested not to be scheduled for appointments when you typically visit. If you're enjoying this, hit that like button and share this video to support Karen Tales. Now she's sputtering, trying to form words, and I keep going. You threaten my job security, Ms. Whitmore. I've been branch manager here for 8 years. I've won regional awards for customer satisfaction. My team has the highest retention rate in the district. Corporate knows exactly who I am, and they trust my judgment. So, let me be very clear. You threatening to call them doesn't scare me. In fact, I encourage it, because they'll just forward the call back to me anyway. She finally finds her voice. This is discrimination. You're targeting me because I'm on the HOA board, because I have standards. I shake my head slowly. No, ma'am. I'm addressing you because of your behavior today and your pattern of behavior over 4 years. You cut in front of 8 people who were waiting respectfully. You yelled at my staff. You threatened me and insulted another customer. Your standards seem to be that rules apply to everyone except you. She stands up abruptly, her chair scraping on the floor. And for a moment, I think she's going to storm out. But instead, she tries one last manipulation tactic. Her voice drops to this fake, vulnerable tone. You're making me sound like a monster. I just needed to make a simple deposit. I'm very busy. I have responsibilities. The HOA, my family. I don't have time to wait around. I stand up to maintaining eye contact. Miss Whitmore, everyone in that lobby is busy. Everyone has responsibilities. The difference is, they understand that being part of a community, whether it's a neighborhood HOA or just people sharing a bank lobby, means respecting others' time and following the same rules. Your HOA title doesn't grant you special privileges here. Your account balance doesn't buy you the right to mistreat people. And your threats don't work on staff who know their worth. Dead silence. You purse like it's a shield, and I can see the exact moment reality hits her. She has no power here. The HOA title means nothing. The threats are empty. The VIP fantasy is shattered. Want to hear the craziest HOA tales every week? Subscribe to HOA Karen Tales and never miss out. Finally, she says in this small voice, I'd like to make my deposit. I nod. Absolutely. Jessica at window 3 will be happy to help you after the customers who arrived before you have been served. Please wait in the lobby. She walks out of my office like someone just popped her balloon. No clicking heels now, just a defeated shuffle. And I couldn't believe it. She actually went to the back of the line, took a number, sat down in the waiting area. The other customers are all watching, trying not to stare too obviously. And David catches my eye and gives me this subtle thumbs up. Karen sits there for about 10 minutes. Absolutely silent. No phone calls to corporate. No more threats. Just staring at the floor like she's rethinking her entire life. When it's finally her turn, she walks up to Jessica's window, makes her deposit, which was for $75, by the way. This whole drama was over a $75 deposit, and leaves without saying another word. But here's the best part. About a week later, I get a call from Richard Petton, the president of Riverside Oaks, HOA. He says, "Marcus, I heard about an incident at your bank involving Karen Whitmore. Several residents witnessed it, and word got around the community. I want to apologize on behalf of the HOA and let you know we're addressing the situation." Turns out Karen's behavior at the bank was the final straw for a lot of HOA members who'd been quietly building a case against her for months. Abuse of power, harassment over minor violations, using HOA funds for personal expenses, the whole 9 yards. That scene at the bank where she tried to leverage her HOA position for personal gain and threw around threats was witnessed by 3 other Riverside Oaks residents who happened to be in the shopping center that day. They reported it to the board. 2 weeks after the bank incident, Karen Whitmore was voted out as vice president in an emergency HOA meeting. The vote was 27-3. Richard told me that when they confronted her with all the complaints and examples of her abusing her position, she tried the same tactics, threatening lawsuits, claiming discrimination, saying she'd report them to the city, but nobody was having it anymore. Funny thing is, after she was removed from the board, I started seeing a lot of familiar faces at the bank who hadn't been in for months. People who'd specifically avoided coming in when Karen might be there. Our branch actually gained 11 new accounts from Riverside Oaks residents that quarter, and 3 different customers, specifically, mentioned they felt more comfortable banking with us now that that horrible HOA woman was gone. Jessica, my teller, got promoted to senior teller, partly because of how professionally she handled that confrontation. David, the customer who spoke up, became a regular and always asks about that day with the HOA lady whenever he comes in. And me, I got a commendation from corporate for exemplary conflict resolution and customer service, which was ironic since I basically told a customer exactly what I thought of her behavior. But apparently, standing up to bullies and protecting your staff is good management. The moral of this story: your title doesn't define your character, your actions do. Karen Whitmore thought being HOA vice president made her special, made her deserving of treatment that others didn't get, made her immune to consequences. But here's the truth: real respect isn't demanded, it's earned. Real authority comes from how you treat people, not from what position you hold. And the moment you start using your power to belittle others, to skip ahead, to make yourself the exception to every rule, you've already lost the one thing that actually matters: your humanity. Thanks for watching HOA Karen Tales, where every Karen story has a twist. Like, share, and subscribe for more drama from the neighborhood. Remember, we all share this world, and the line at the bank is where equality actually means something. Because money and titles don't buy you the right to forget. You're just another person trying to get through the day, just like everyone.